So, hello, all of my Facebook and Instagram friends and family. I had to come on and do this post because I'm pretty sure when you all saw that dark post that I made, you're wondering what's going on. So, first of all, I have to tell you that each person who's watching this video, please watch it to the end because I have to explain some things to you. And it might be a little lengthy, but you'll understand as you continue to listen. So just please be patient. So I'm going to explain everything to you. First, I want to explain the post to you. I was at a very dark moment. I was processing a lot of stress and because of my job and the trauma that I've experienced in the past. And it just all came crashing down on me in a manic depressive episode. And I wasn't handling it very well. I was crying a lot, and and I couldn't get myself back to normal. And I prayed about it because I wasn't sure what I should do because it was like I was losing control, And when I made that post, that's exactly how I felt at that moment when I made that post. It was a dark hour for me at that time. Now you're probably wondering how I'm so happy and so festive in the early Christmas spirit at this time. Okay, I'm going to explain that to you. Because when I was feeling that way, I didn't abandon the fact that I knew that the Lord was there for me, but I just felt so down that I was tired, and the depression it just hit me so fast and so hard, like a you know like a something out of the sky that just came and just crashed into me, and it was too much for me to process, and I didn't know what I was going to do, so I looked to the Lord, and the first thing I saw was Dr. Tyler's wife. I'm on Instagram. She had a post about the stress away, and I have some of the stress away, but I don't use it every day. But I think I'm going to start using it every day. She talked about how she uses it all the time and how it really works, and it does work when you use it. So I had got adjusted by her husband, Dr. Tyler, on Thursday, and I still was not feeling good. I was still crying. I was still feeling depressed. And, I felt like I said, I was questioning, whether or not the adjustments was working because I didn't fully understand the process. And so I took some, diffused some stress away on Thursday night. And then Friday morning, I got up because I had said something to him on Thursday when he adjusted me. And he said, you need to come in Friday morning. He said, because he was trying to explain the adjustment process to me, but I wasn't getting it at that time. So I came in Friday this morning, and because there was no way I could go to work like that. I was falling apart. I didn't want to go to work like that. I wouldn't have been able to concentrate on what I was doing. I didn't want to be crying at the job, so it was just like, I wasn't, I had to go and see him. And also that's what the Holy Spirit impressed upon me to do. When I said, Lord, what should I do? He impressed upon me to go see Dr. Tyler. So I went and I got my first adjustment. And then, I told him, how I felt. I wasn't feeling quite, the way I wanted to feel yet. And, he tried again to explain the process to me. And so I left, and I was crying after I left. And I called my sister, Marina Clooney, and I was talking to her, and she said, Lita, she said, you need to go back and talk to them and tell him that you didn't get enough of what you feel you need in order to feel better. So she doesn't quite understand how the process works either, but I had to explain it to her after I finally got it. But let me tell you what happened. So I went back, and I told them that, I how I was feeling and that I needed to talk to Dr. Tyler. So, that I went in this one little room and I sat there and I waited for him, because he was busy seeing patients and everything. So he came in there and he spoke to me. He took his time to try to explain it to me. And me, with my stubborn bullheaded self, wasn't getting it. Anybody who knows me knows exactly what I'm talking about. I was not understanding what he was telling me. What he was trying to explain to me is that it wasn't a specific adjustment that you do in order for me to feel the way I needed to feel. And what he was trying to explain to me, in my stubbornness, is that when you're adjusted, your body responds to the adjustment. And the adjustment is based on where the stress is located. Each time that you're adjusted, it changes, because every time they adjust you, your body changes, the stress moves. So each adjustment is going to be different because your body is changing as the adjustments are being made. I wasn't getting that. I was telling him that it was a specific adjustment that he needed to be doing. And he was a little frustrated because I was not getting what he was saying. And I was not being very nice. And that wasn't on purpose. I was very stressed out and I was out of control in my head. And it was just like I'm trying to get him to understand what I need, and he's trying to get me to understand the process, because it wasn't something specific that he needed to do. It was based on where the stress is located when they're adjusting me. And each time it's different. So what he was trying to tell me is that you may need more adjustments to get to where it is that you're trying to get, So after we spoke, finally, I decided to stop stressing him out. And but he was very nice about it. I mean, you wouldn't even know that he was frustrated. He was trying to help me, and I wasn't getting it, So I feel bad that I put that stress on him, because he's been through a very difficult time. I mean, he has a new wife and son, and at the time that he got married, he had a great tragic loss in his family, and he's been through a lot, and it's been hard for him these past few months, and but he's still been coming to work and putting everything he has into his patients and caring for everybody, and trying to help them. And he was trying to help me, so that I could understand. It wasn't the way I was simplifying it. That's not how it was. He was trying to explain to me medically how it works. And so I didn't really quite get it in the office. It hit me later when I was driving. It finally sunk in, But I just thank God that he was patient, kind, loving. He talked about, because I was talking about my suffering, and he talked about how Christ suffered. And, and he was just trying to get me to relax and to understand the process. Okay. So we went back and we did, he did a second adjustment for this morning. And after the second adjustment, that was it. That's just what I needed. So took 3. Thursday I had that, and then Friday this morning 2. So, and after the third adjustment, which was 2 was on Friday, this morning, and after the second one, that's when and the poor man, I looked at him, the poor doctor, when I got up and I was smiling because I felt so much better. Finally, it was just the pressure released off my brain, and the cascade system was flowing right again, but there was so much stress there that it took more than one adjustment to get me back to normal. But what I want to stress the most is, okay, you all know where I go. I go to Any Chiropractic 70K in Newburgh, okay? Every single person in that office, all of the doctors and all of the chiropractic assistants, are some of the sweetest people you'll ever know in your life. They didn't treat me like I was crazy or like there was something wrong with me. They were very sympathetic, very kind towards me. Every single person in the office made me feel welcome and comforting. Dr. Tyler, let me tell you about this doctor. He is patient. He is a man of God, and he is truly a Christian. Let me tell you, because anybody who can withstand my overbearing personality when I get upset and not get upset is a saint, okay? Because I was really, really stubborn and bullheaded when he was trying to explain to me how the process works. I just was not listening to what he said. But I finally got it, Dr. Tyler. I finally got it. I understand. And I want to thank you before the whole world, whoever's watching this video. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you did today. I will remember that for the rest of my life, because it feels like you saved my life. Because literally, it felt like I was falling apart. I was at the end of the road, and I just did not know what I was going to do. And the Lord led me to you because he knew that you would be able to help me. And I want to thank you and thank your wife for all that the two of you do for me. And thank you for helping me get myself back right. Okay. And in celebration of me getting myself together, before I even say that, part of the celebration is because I have been 1 year clean and sober. And I'm very, very happy about that. You know, sometimes when we're walking a path that's right, and we know it's right, but there are times when the enemy will attack, and the Lord will allow it. Because, like he said, when you go through these things, it shows what you're really made of. Okay? And I believe it was a test to see if, even when times were dark, or when I was hit with that depression, if I would still continue to follow the Lord. And I'm so glad that I didn't give up, because I was tempted to go back to eating the way I was eating. I said, you know what? I might as well just give up, go back to eating whatever I want to eat, do whatever I want to do, and just give up. But I'm so glad I didn't do that. I'm so glad, even in my darkest hour, I sought the Lord. I thank God for Dr. Tyler's wife, who reminded me about the Stress Away, which I already had, so I needed to use it. And those oils have been saving my life. I can't even get up in the morning to go to work without diffusing my oils, because it helps me to sleep and it helps me to get up in the morning. And when I miss it, I can't even hardly get up. And I thank God for giving me her husband also, Dr. Tyler, who is one of the most patient, loving, kind chiropractors. All of the chiropractors at any chiropractor that way. Dr. Eric, Dr. Preston, Dr. Brittany, Dr. Joe, all of them are beautiful doctors. And the Lord instructed me to be with Dr. Tyler, because he knew that he would be able to bear. I'm not saying that the other doctors wouldn't, but he knew that he would be the one to bear the burden of me, because I can be a burden sometimes, but not all the time. Most of the time I'm not, but there are times when I can be, especially when I'm hit with a depressive episode, okay? But this is why I told you this video was going to be a little lengthy, but I needed you to listen to the whole thing, because I wanted you to understand that sometimes in our Christian walk, we're going to have difficulties. But the Lord always provides, especially when you stay obedient. The Lord always provides a way for you to get out. He said many afflictions are the righteous, but he would deliver us from them all of them. He said he would deliver us from them all. He promised that in his word. And he's true to his word. And it may feel, they say sometimes, you ever heard that saying, it's darkest before the dawn? Well, let me tell you what, that's the truth. But I mean, I'm so thankful because, God has given me so much with the chiropractic care and all the doctors that I have. Had Dr. Andrew. I have to bring him up again because he was my first at any chiropractic. After 2 adjustments, my back pain, my neck pain was gone. Okay. And then Dr. Tyler and Dr. Greg took over. And then Dr. Greg, he's in Missouri, East Central Chiropractic. And Dr. Andrew is in Texas, Landmark Chiropractic. Both have their practices open now, up and running. And in any chiropractic in Newburgh. They also have an office in Chester and in Wappingers Falls now. I mean, I go to the one in Newburgh. And let me tell you, the doctors there are wonderful. And I just thank God for bringing me out of that depression. And thank God for Dr. Tyler being so patient and so enduring during that process and helping me, pulling me up. And let me tell you one thing. It's hard enough. You see, I'm a big girl, okay? It's hard enough for me to be adjusted one time in a day. Didn't have to do it a second time in the same day. Poor Dr. Tyler. God bless his soul. He is a wonderful man. But he never makes me feel like it's a burden for him. And I'm thankful to God for that. He's there and he let me know, we're here to take care of you and to help you. And that's exactly what he did. And I want to thank him and I want to thank God for blessing me with them. So the next thing I need to tell you about is I went for the celebration. This is the celebration part. Celebrate my 1 year of sobriety. And also to celebrate getting my mind right. I went to Mother Earth and got some healthy, gluten-free vegan goodies for my son and myself and his wife to partake of. And I also needed to get me a tambourine because I love to praise the Lord, praise and worship. I love my tambourine, okay? So I said, Lord, I need a tambourine, and I want to get it before the Sabbath, but I don't know where to go to get it. He led me to this store in Kingston. After I left Mother Earth, he led me to this store. Not only did they have a tambourine, but let me show you. It's a worship tambourine. Look at the little cross on the side. See, can I show you that? It's a little cross. Where's that cross at? Oh, there it is. See, can you see it? See that cross? It's a cross on the side of the tambourine. And it sounds beautiful. I can't wait to use this tomorrow during worship service to give God the praise, honor, and the glory for my sobriety of 1 year, for Dr. Tyler helping me to get my mind back right, and for all of the beautiful people at Any Chiropractic, and for the jobs I have and the beautiful people that I work with. And I just want to thank him for all the blessings that he has given me. And I'm going to do that tomorrow with this tambourine. I'm going to have a good time praising the Lord. And I just wanted to let you all know God is still on the throne. Thank you, Grace McDermott, for the encouraging words you gave me on my post. And I love you too. And I love all of my doctors at Any Chiropractic. I love my doctors who have moved on to other states, Dr. Andrew, Dr. Greg. And I just thank God for all of you and for what you did in my life to bring me to this point. And it's just going to keep getting better. And there may be other times when it's dark, but I know Dr. Tyler got my back. So, giving praise, honor, and glory to God, and thanking him for all my blessings, and just letting you all know it's okay. You have a blessed and wonderful day.